Anytime somebody ever asks me like who my favorite screenwriter is, it's hard to break it down because I like too many and I've read too many screenplays from my favorite screenwriters, so it makes it hard to kind of pinpoint who is the best. But I can say without a doubt in my mind that David Koepp is probably my favorite screenwriter of all time. Now, he's just one of those ones, like if you look at his filmography, he's written so many blockbusters, but he's also written a lot of like smaller films that don't get a lot of like play or talked about because a lot of people don't even know about him. I mean, he's worked with Spielberg, Robert Zemeckis, Brian De Palma a bunch of times, Steven Soderbergh, the list goes on. So I would say my top 10 scripts or movies from David Koepp that I just love, in the movies themselves. Stir of Echoes, Kevin Bacon movie, based on Richard Matheson's novel. This is probably my favorite script that David Koepp ever wrote. It's just a really good, fun film, and people should all watch it. Obviously, Jurassic Park. Him adapting Michael Crichton's novel, which is very good, and just what he did kind of flipped the story around because the novel and the movie are really different. I don't think a lot of people know that, but this is obviously going to be up there. Bad Influence. This was one of his first scripts. This is such a good 90s like psychological thriller. One of the few movies James Spader's not a dick in it, and Rob Lowe is crazy in this movie. So definitely this. Carlito's Way. This is, I believe this is his first collaboration with Brian De Palma, but this film is so good, and I think he just adapted part of the Carlito's Way novel, and the second novel created this one. So this is definitely one, I think, is one of his better scripts. Good old Panic Room. I love home invasion movies, and I love movies that take place in one spot, and this is definitely one of the best. Secret Window. I love this movie mainly because of what he does with Stephen King's story and just kind of makes it his own, and it's also another contained script. I mean, it goes other places, but it's in one spot pretty much the whole movie. Johnny Depp kills it, and David Koepp also directed this, so kudos to this. This next one, it's kind of up in the air for debate because of the fact that so many other writers wrote on it, so I don't know who's what and who's, whatever. But Spider-Man, because I know a lot of other writers, like James Cameron had a draft of this and a bunch of other writers, but David Koepp got final screenwriter credit on this. Now, mind you, this isn't even my favorite Spider-Man movie. Everybody loves this one. This is pretty actually low on my list for Spider-Man movies, but for a first movie, and of course written by David Koepp, I love it. All right, this is David Koepp's first screenplay that he ever got credited for. It's called Apartment Zero, that he wrote with Martin Donovan, the same guy he wrote Death Becomes Her with. This is a really good psychological thriller. I like a lot of psychological thrillers, and this keeps you guessing literally till the opening credits roll up. So definitely look into this one. The Paper, the Ron Howard movie. This movie is really, really good. The characterization, just the life of people working in a newspaper. And what's crazy watching this 30 years later, because this came out in 94, those newspapers are pretty much obsolete now. People still get them, but this is a movie I would say you need to watch just for Michael Keaton's performance, if anything. So definitely watch this. And last but not least, Mission Impossible, the original. Now, this too is low on my Mission Impossible list. It's a good film. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying that at all. But it's definitely very low on my list. Mission Impossible Fallout's probably my favorite. Christopher McQuarrie obviously wrote that, but for what David Koepp and Robert Towne and Steve Zaillian did with this script is really good. So definitely check that out. But yeah, David Koepp is definitely number one for me, probably one of my biggest influences when I'm writing bigger scripts or even like smaller movies. So definitely go on IMDb or wherever, look up David Koepp and see if he has anything you like that he's written, and that's it. All right, I'll talk to you later.